Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another day here on the farm. Today's Saturday, February the 26th, I do believe. Going to be a little cooler today than it's been. They're only calling for a high of about 51. I've enjoyed some beautiful temperatures this past week and a half since I've been working on the service truck project. Been in the upper 60s, low 70s, but we're going to make do with what we can today. I'm working by myself, which is kind of unusual on a Saturday. Got several things to do, but this intro is probably going to be a little bit longer. I'm going to try to explain a few things because I'm probably going to break this video up over a couple of days. Hopefully you've all seen the videos already of the service truck project, the two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive conversion, and the oil pan removal, and us finding out what exactly was wrong with this motor in the truck. Try to detail as much as I possibly could in those videos about the whys of what I'm doing here. But basically, in a nutshell, we've had to change plans, which that's nothing unusual in my channel. But the problem is that the two back cylinders on this motor spun the rod bearings. I think it's number 4 and number 8. They are the farthest from the oil pump, and I did a lot of reading in the last couple of days, and basically oil starvation is the main cause. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but the oil plug I noticed was leaking on this the drain plug on the oil pan. So I think what happened was, I don't think they used this truck a whole lot, the business I bought it from, and I think it leaked out a whole bunch of oil, and somebody got in it, didn't check the oil, and took off and starved those back bearings for oil basically. And I can polish the crank with emery cloth and a shoestring. I've done it thousands of times. We can put undersized rod bearings in it to take up the slack. They're aluminum bearings, so what I've read up, that 9 times out of 10 they don't egg shape the rods like the older motors do with Babbitt bearings in them. But regardless, I think it's been running low oil, and I'm not sure how much more damage is throughout the rest of the internals of the motor. So due to the fact that I've got the other 5.4 that runs good and has low miles in the other truck, we're going to go ahead and swap that out and put it in this truck. And I'm just going to pull this motor completely out, tear it down. I may have mentioned in the video or not, but I think this motor had been rebuilt at some point. It's still got crosshatch in the cylinder walls, so it's in pretty good shape, or was in pretty good shape. So I'm just not going to chance it. I'm going to go ahead and get this truck on the road. I don't have time to tear this motor down and rebuild it, put it back in. So we're just going to swing for the fences. That was my original plan back in the day when I bought these trucks anyway. I had no idea that this motor would even crank up and run. So that's where we are right now. Just too many unknowns to chance it. But that creates a whole new set of issues with the space and the availability of help and tools and everything else that I have here at the farm right now. So I'm going to stop this intro. I've talked enough. We're over 3 minutes, and this video might be quite a bit of talking more than working, but I'm just going to try to explain the situation as we go along. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully y'all are enjoying it. If you're not, I totally understand, but like I said, it's what we're doing here at the farm. I've got to get this truck going. It's one more step in the process of getting the farm back to where it needs to be. Okay, maybe if I talk a little bit faster, this will go better. Okay, where we are is I cannot get an engine crane or hoist in the shop right now because of the limited space that I have. There's no front end under the truck right now, as you've all seen. We're just sitting on jack stands and bare frame rails. So basically what I have to do, lower this motor back down, take the engine cradle off of it, probably go ahead and pull the transmission out of it while it's in the shop here. Pull the four-wheel drive one down here, get it set up, start tearing it apart, get the front axle out from under it, get it bolted under this truck so that I can let it down off of the jack stands and get this truck out of the shop. Once I get this one out of the shop, I've got to get the motor out of the four-wheel drive, then get it in here sitting in the floor, do the work I need to do on it, replace the manifolds and the studs and a couple other miscellaneous things, then move that motor out, set it over here in the building, get this truck back in here, get the motor pulled out of it completely, stripped down, ready, and then move it back out of the shop, then move this junk motor out, store it, bring the good one back in, then bring the truck back in and set it in. So that's what I'm up against. I really kind of did everything backwards here, if you will. But it's all got to be done, so that's what we're doing. So let me take you outside and show you what my thought process is on getting this started. Okay, well, as much as I hate to do it, we're gonna have to move Grandpa's truck. It's kind of in the way. At one point I had his truck here, which it still is, had the 4-wheel drive frame here. So we've got to move the mower, the front end, and Grandpa's truck at least back up in the yard there, because I need to set the 4-wheel drive truck right here. I need the engine facing away from the shop so that I can get it jacked up, go ahead and get the front axle out from under it. Once I do that, then it's back to where this one is. Get it somehow in the shop. I don't even know how I'm gonna get it in the shop. Probably end up gonna have to take the leaf springs off, which I did not want to do, but you know, like I said, I kind of put the cart before the horse here on this project. So I'm doing all this by myself today, so I'm not sure how it'll go. I'll bring you along for a little bit of it. Probably going to be time lapse on anything, and we'll probably just, like I said, make this a talking video and explaining. I've got quite the project and ordeal to overcome here. Okay, well, we're able to get everything moved. Grandpa's truck was a little bit of a task. I had to rehook it a couple of times to make sure I didn't bend any of the bed or the sheet metal, but we got it around back. I got the 4-wheel drive up here, got plenty of access here to the side. I've got to be able to make sure I can get in the storage box here to put the motor, which I can, and I may end up trying to see what all it's going to take. There shouldn't be much left to get that utility box off, as rusty as it is, but I'm not sure if the Oliver will pick it up or not. The loader's hemmed in down there under the lean-to, but I really like to get that box off. It sure would make pulling the rear end out and whatever else I'm going to do. I've got to pull the blocks out from under the rear end regardless whether I use this one or the one under the 2-wheel drive. I've got to check the gear ratios, but I've got to get the blocks and U-bolts out from under this one. So it's here situated, not going to be in the way, I don't think. So I'm going to scratch my head here a little bit and see if I want to go ahead and attempt getting that box off before I get it on jack stands. That'll be one less thing I have to worry about. Okay, well, we ran into just a little bit of a problem. Got the fuel tank out like I showed you. Tried to get some sockets on the bolts there that hold the bed down. There's 4 of them and they're just completely rusted off. Can't get to it with the grinder. Torch is at my buddy, so we're going to have to wait for another day on that. It's not a huge deal. I'm really got my fingers crossed that these rear end gears are the same. The 2-wheel drive one does not have a stamp in the door. So if I get lucky and it's the same gear, then all I gotta do is put blocks and U-bolts in it. And I'm probably just gonna get new ones of those because these have got a little rust on the top plates. The blocks and the bolts are okay. But anyway, we're gonna try to get the front end out today. I'm not gonna bore you with bringing you along for that. I might put it on high speed or something. If not, we'll just show you what we get to when we get finished. We got it sitting on blocks. It's a little heavy in the front, light in the back, but it'll be okay. It's not going anywhere. So let's see what we can do. Okay, I'm gonna try to get you a shot what's going on here. This is why I don't work on cars anymore, and I know you guys deal with it with tractors and equipment and stuff, but I would like to meet some of the engineers sometimes. So I'm trying to pull the rear sway bar end links off and watching the screen there. You see that the bolt will not come out because the Y pipe for the engine is in the way. So to change the sway bar end links, you've got to pull the whole exhaust system down to get one bolt off, or either take this bracket off, which I thought it went through the frame, but it's another bracket. Take 4 or 5 bolts out here and hope they don't break, and wiggle that down just to get that one bolt off. I mean, really? Why? I don't understand. Well, there it is. We got it out. It fought me tooth and nail due to the rust. Like I never got the U-bolts out. That's one reason I didn't want to pull the springs off. But anyway, it's there. We still got to get the leaf springs out from under there. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to pull those frame mounts I was speaking of that hang the back of the leaf spring, or if I'm just going to go ahead and get new ones. I still haven't decided yet. Probably get new ones, but now I've got the daunting task of trying to get that rear end in the shop. I think if I can get it to the concrete, I'll be okay, but between now and then, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Probably try to pick it up with the Oliver and maybe set it down in between the two truck bodies here. So cross your fingers. I'll bring you back soon. Well, we made it in with it just in time. The rain's coming down. That was a chore. It took me about an hour. I can't even pick up one end of it. I bet those brake calipers themselves weigh 30 pounds. I never messed with a 3/4 ton front end and all that by myself. Usually I've got a couple people, but anyway, it's here. It's in the dry. So now next week I'll get the stuff off the other truck, what I need, wait on some parts, get this under this truck, get it back down with the jack stands, and then I set it wrong this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the motor out of this one while it's in here, and then when I push it out, then we can swap everything around. So let me get situated and we'll wrap this one up. Okay everybody, we'll wrap this one up and call it a video. I know it wasn't anything at all today. I don't even think I got any wrench turning on the video, moving the grandpa's truck around, a few things here or there, a bunch of talking, but I wanted to explain everything. You know me, everything changes at the last minute. Sometimes it's cost of my own mind, sometimes it's just cost of the circumstances. So I should have done a little bit more research on this and got everything ready if I indeed was gonna do the swap in here. But sometimes I just get in a hurry, and it is what it is. Lord was with me today, and we got everything accomplished that I set out to do. The front end's in here. That's a miracle in itself. So gotta wait on some parts and pieces to come in, and I'll do a video, one of the tutorials on where all those new pieces bolt up that I was explaining in a past video, and we'll get this front end under there, shoot this thing outside, get the cherry picker in here, bring it back in, pull the motor and transmission out of it, and see where we are from there. So thank you everybody for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. Hit that thumbs up button if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand it's not for everybody. Share these videos, get them out there. Might be somebody else interested in a little bit of this. Life's full of struggles sometimes. It just depends on how you want to handle it, and what you want to make out of it is what direction you need to go. And I need a truck, and not always got help here, so we do the best we can by myself, and Lord was with me today, so I'm thankful for that. Until next time, thank you.